Welcome back to Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast where three friends, three amigos, three bambinos come together to talk about nerd shit. My name is Luis Gonzalez, and with me is...
Miguel Sanchez.
And Deadpool.
And this week we got a lot of news, we got a lot of trailers, and honestly, we have a lot to talk about in general of just things that we've been seeing on TV, movies, and things like that. It is a smorgasbord of an episode, and stay tuned. And if you want to jump right to those discussion points, go down to the description. You can click, clack, and you get to the topic you want to talk about. But first, let's talk about this topic, popcorn, specifically the Popcorn Pass. Even more specifically, the AMC Popcorn Pass. AMC is now giving out a popcorn pass for people. It is $30 a month to get half off on popcorn. This is a bad deal because you need to spend $30. Yeah, you need to spend at least 7 popcorns to even make it profitable.
No, it's $30 for the year is what it is.
For the year?
Isn't it? Yeah, I think it's it's $30 for the year.
Hold on, you got me
when I was watching all
the
videos on it. It's $30 for the year, and it's like 2.5 popcorns pays for it.
Welcome to Punch Drunk Nerd, where we definitely do research.
I might get it.
Luis was coming in guns blazing. It's like, this isn't a good deal.
Where does it say that? I'm looking at AMC.
I'm looking it up right now. Yeah, half off large popcorn every day for a year. Oh, maybe I'm $29.99 per year add-on to your AMC Stubs membership.
This is
$29.99 for the year.
Does that mean add on to the already like $24 worth?
Yeah, but that's one-time add-on for the year for $25.
Wait, okay, so maybe this isn't a bad idea.
For half of popcorn.
No, exactly. So it's like, I think they said 2 or 3 popcorns. 2 or 3 popcorns, it pays for itself, and then boom, you're done.
The AMC Popcorn 2026 purchase. Okay. Well, then there you go, guys. If you want to save on popcorn, then get the Popcorn Pass. I know I'm going to get it.
Wow.
That's the problem is that Sarah loves to get popcorn every time we go to the AMC, and it pisses me off because I would just like to go into a movie and watch it. And she's like, let's get the drinks. Let's get the popcorn. Maybe a pretzel. And I'm like, now, every time, can we just watch a movie?
Hang on.
It's expensive. I got an AMC A-list for a reason. It's expensive. To be affordable.
But you got the rewards, right? Do you get the $5 rewards? You use those?
Oh, yeah. I use it one time.
I get, occasionally, I get 3 popcorn.
They're gone. I had the AMC guy tell me one time, do you understand that you have rewards? And I was like, no. How many do I have? He was like, go into your rewards and like click 4 or 5 times and it'll pay for. Yeah, he was like, it'll pay for your whole thing right now. And it was like, oh, I didn't realize. And I had like 2 years worth of rewards,
go, baby.
or whatever, like whatever the window is without expiring. I was like, fuck, I could just be for free. Could just be saving this shit up. Anyway,
do you guys?
No. What I was going to say. Sorry, Ed. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say we're Sneaky the Foodie into the cinema kind of family.
Like that.
So like we'll microwave. We'll get a microwave bag of popcorn and then take it.
You'll pop the popcorn at home and bring it in.
Yeah.
In like a Ziploc.
Yeah.
I kind of love that.
I mean, to Luis's point, it's so expensive. It's such an inconvenience. We'd rather go in and just sit down.
That's so interesting.
Come in candy ready, and it's a fraction of the price.
No, that's true. Now I understand the candy angle because but it's always just like it's like let's get a water, let's get a drink, let's get a popcorn. I'm kind of on Sarah's side on this just because it's like
but it's expensive that's like part after a while.
But it's built in. But also we're not going to the movies as much as you guys, I guess. Yeah. But it's just kind of like built into the time of the experience. Like, we're going to spend. Plus, with the trailers being 30 minutes, and they like AMC tells you that now, you're like, okay, I guess I do have 25 minutes to walk in if I'm not super intrigued in seeing the trailers for this one-time showing.
Luis, would you challenge? Like, would you try the microwavable bag of popcorn before the movie theater? Like less
probably
sodium?
Not. I'm not going to do it. I think AMC at my AMC they really butter the popcorn pretty well, so I'm going to do that instead. Especially with this popcorn pass, it's going to half the price. I think I might just do this. Pull the trigger on the popcorn pass tonight, and next time I'll be ready to go.
But you wouldn't like try that once. Like, hey, why don't we just?
It's the butter thing, Ed. You're not
well, because it's the butter thing, and also like now I gotta actually go buy popcorn at the grocery store, and then I gotta do all these things. And sometimes we're like late to the movies, and so it's like, well, fuck. Now we gotta go popcorn, and it's just.
Do you not ever be like, go get your concessions, and I'll meet you in the theater?
No, because he's a gentleman, Ed, and he will buy his.
Why would I have Sarah get the concessions?
Well, you're not courting her. You guys are officially married, and I don't think it's something that you would get.
But even then, I would no. I would be like, you go, what? And I will bring the Diet Coke and the Coke, and then the popcorn and the pretzels.
I 100% believe that. Yeah.
See, Ed's not like that. In other things, maybe, but not when it comes to movies. He's like, no, excuse me, I'm seeing this movie.
That's why we arrive like 40 minutes before the movie starts, because then it's like, we got to park, we got to get the concessions, we got to go potty, we got to go to the thing. Just so when we sit down, it's like, now I'm experiencing the movie. What's really funny is like, I'm going to go see Kill Bill this weekend, and that movie's like 4.5 hours. Not only that, I'm going to a theater that is doing the 70 millimeter, and I was like, oh, that's great. I love it. I'm so excited. But there's not that many of them in America, which is fucking crazy. Because AMC literally just did a 70 millimeter screening of one battle after another. So why aren't other AMCs doing this? I don't know. Either way, the point is that I'm going to the Vista Theater, and they don't have assigned seats. So that means not only do I have to go to a 4.5 hour movie, I also have to be there like 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes before the movie starts. At least, just to get a good seat. And
if you want to get the good seat,
that's going to be a nerd showing.
1,000 nerd, and the people like, this is fucking LA. The people are going to be fucking gung ho about 70 millimeter. They're going to go. Yeah. You got to fight for a seat. And Sarah's like, "What's the food plan?" And I'm like, "Well, I could bring in food." And she's like, "Fuck it, I'm going to go. I'm going to leave in the middle, and I'm just going to get food." And I'm like, "I got it. That's fine. This is
I might
for
be
me.
wrong, but isn't there an intermission?
Unfortunately, yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, but thank God, though, right? Thank God.
I kind of like the idea of every now and then going to a movie theater and there not being assigned seats. Like, I get it. That's the age we live in now, and it's really great because it's like, I picked my seat and this is perfect. This is where I want to be.
Right.
But like, do you kind of remember like the thrill of like, where are we going to sit? You know, I hope I get a good seat, you know?
Yeah.
And there's a crowd and it's like a bustle and it's like, are you sitting here? Is the seat open? Do you guys mind scooching down so that my team could sit here too? You know what I mean?
I would never scooch down. Unless it's like,
you would never scooch down?
If I got a solid seat, I'm just like, you spread out, fuck off around, find another row or whatever. It's like,
I get it.
Okay, Ed,
if you got the king seat, you want to stay there.
You're by yourself.
You're going to scooch your boy down?
You're by yourself, but a nice couple walks in, and they're very polite about it.
Nice couple.
Would you mind scooching down just once?
Like, if you're talking about like there's 3 seats and I'm right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah,
of course I'll do that. But I'm not talking about like, oh, there's a group of 5 and they're like, oh, can you scoot way down?
Okay, that's fair. Hey, I'm not scooching for a whole team.
Right. Like I got here, you know, there's me.
I kind of get that. Okay. I get that.
No, I get that. Like, that's kind of like, you know, when families are trying to sit together on a plane, you know, you got to
too bad. You know, you should have booked it earlier. So the Popcorn Pass is now available on AMC A-List or anywhere. Not anywhere, but specifically AMC. But speaking about movie theaters, let's keep it on the movie theater topic. IMAX is doing this new thing where they're asking you to pick the 4 movies you want to see return to IMAX. And literally, you can go to there right now. It's called Any Movie in IMAX. You put your email and then the 4 movies you want to see. And I guess they're going to poll it, and the top movies will have a screening in IMAX.
I love it.
You know,
we were getting into a talk about this, and so we were picking movies, and then Ed picked several movies that weren't like shot for IMAX,
right?
And that seemed to kind of like stir us, like, well, why wouldn't you want to pick the whole idea is we're seeing it in IMAX, you want to see the IMAX
format
quality. Yeah, you know.
So here's my thinking is that I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very short list, and I think as narrow-minded as the general moviegoer is, I think that list literally comes down to a handful of the same shit we've already been seeing. Like,
and
incidentally,
recency bias, you're going to see a lot of the
Interstellar.
Yeah,
you fucking bet that's going to show up. You could probably count on any one of Christopher Nolan's movies. You know, surprise us with The Prestige or something. But no, it's probably like Inception, The Dark Knight, Interstellar, even Oppenheimer. And then, you know, there's a handful of other like big IMAX movies that were like for that format. You know, you mentioned Gravity, that was a really big one. Mad Max Fury Road, I think. Don't get me wrong, these are all great movies and perfect for the IMAX. Dune Part 2, Dune Part 1. But it is a very limited thing. A lot of other movies that have had an official IMAX release weren't necessarily shot in all IMAX. They were just
scenes in IMAX.
It was scenes in IMAX or transferred to IMAX, you know. So that was just my approach. In the broad spectrum, you know how like A24 has been re-releasing all of their movies in IMAX throughout this year. Even I went to go see Ex Machina, but it was, you know, just apply that to any movie. Like everybody always talks about Lawrence Arabia 70mm projection. That's obviously not making the rounds at the theaters, but if they offered that in IMAX, I would 100% go see that.
I love it. It was a bit intimidating after Ed was like, I was like, yeah, I jokingly was like Interstellar 4 times. That's my answer. Interstellar. And he was like, yeah, but everyone's going to say Interstellar, so I don't want to just say that. I was like, dude, you're right. Now, if I'm like actually thinking of a list, like a part of me wants to be like, let me pick a movie that I know a ton of people are going to pick because like, let me add to the chorus of that so that it actually comes. You know what I mean? But also, yeah, like what if there is a fun one that I'm thinking of and I want to be unique, you know?
Yeah.
But I was pretty straightforward. It was like Interstellar, Dark Knight, Gravity, and Dune 2. I'm pretty sure is what my answers were.
Which is a great selection. I would see any one of those. I didn't get to see the 10-year anniversary last year. You did. I was very jealous of that fact. I know. I bet it was amazing. I only ever saw that movie on like a smaller film projection, 35mm, I think.
Yeah.
But 100% I would see that on IMAX. Don't get me wrong.
I think it's pretty difficult discussion because, I mean, Ed has a great point because you have these movies that never seen the big screen. You can have an opportunity to show it there, to really showcase it on the huge screen. But, you know, for me, the way that I'm kind of thinking it as kind of like a purist is like, I want to see things that were shot on IMAX film to see on IMAX. And I can probably say that because there's not that many theaters in America where it's like true IMAX. And so I have an opportunity to see it in real IMAX. And yes, you know, you have certain films that, you know, 70mm, and then, you know, you think it fits perfectly for IMAX. And of course, Lawrence Arabia would be beautiful. But, you know, 70mm does not match IMAX film. And you can see that if you see Sinners, because Sinners is shot 70mm and then it switches to IMAX format. And when I watched it on IMAX, you can see the quality just shift. It's like grainy to almost like fucking crisp and clear on the IMAX section. That's like what I'm aiming for. I want to see that organic, warm, crispy, clear goodness. And there were some movies that I thought about picking, but I was like, oh, it's a little too CGI heavy for me. And I really want to get those like natural tones in a movie. So for my movies, I picked The Dark Knight, Interstellar, Nope, and No Time to Die. And I think those offer, you know, none of them are perfect. And I feel like with the Odyssey, it's going to be pretty impressive because the whole fucking thing's going to be shot on IMAX film. But here you get, I think, a good amount of like No Time to Die. You get a different array of like shots around the world. You know, Nope, you get that deserty feeling. Interstellar, you get the space. And The Dark Knight, you get the city. And so that was kind of my thing, but I totally understand wanting to do other films like Gravity, Mad Max, Lawrence of Arabia to get them on the big screen. But for me, it's just like, you know, certain movies are filmed for IMAX, like F1, Avengers Endgame, and those use Sony cameras, Arri Alexas, and they're filmed to soon be IMAX. And then you have The Predator, which wasn't filmed on IMAX, but they put it through their conversion and they made it bigger, you know, and they're able to do that. But for me, I wanted to do movies that were filmed on IMAX to go up. But it's a very interesting discussion. And you know, it's hard not to want to see some of those other classics blown up in that scale.
because like I said, it's a limited list when you do go back and look at what was actually shot. Because that technology is really only developed in the last 10 years, and mostly thanks to people like Christopher Nolan. I mean, you know, where it's being used more consistently. I mean, obviously IMAX has been around, but like because
2000. I mean, he was the first Dark Knight. It was the 2008 was what literally was kind of the first narrative, and then after that was Transformers. And I was like, well, I don't want to watch fucking Transformers like that.
But on
transforming, like, that's not real, you know. So
yeah. But I mean, regardless, it's a good list of movies, and I wouldn't be opposed to any one of them that turn up. Honestly, like I said, I would 100% go see Interstellar in a heartbeat.
All right, IMAX. Go to IMAX and check it out.
Want to say. Real quick, you mentioned Gravity there. You were like, you know, Gravity's one of those that doesn't count. But the only reason I said that was, and I kind of said it in the chat, was because there was a moment when we watched Gravity in IMAX this is the Houston IMAX, and I will never forget this. There was this moment where it felt like literally like I'm about to fall into space, like with her. You know what I mean? And I was like, if I could experience like not even just with Gravity, but like that scale of IMAX for any movie again. That was just like a thrilling moment.
I was thinking because. Sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead, Ed. I know we're lagging a little bit, so go ahead.
We got a little lag.
Okay.
I was going back through the list of all the movies that had like a theatrical IMAX release, whether they were shot in IMAX. I was just looking at a theatrical release in IMAX. But like, I think the first full feature that I saw in IMAX was 300. Zack Snyder's 300, and that was a pretty cool movie on IMAX, you know, visually.
Yeah.
But Gravity was definitely one of those experiences that I point to in IMAX and 3D especially. That was a rare occasion where those two formats really worked.
And that might have been what it was. Is we were seeing it IMAX 3D. Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's probably what also really added to that.
Yeah. I mean, still great though. Yeah, you want that full immersion. I want to say I saw Inception there too in the IMAX.
Yeah, me too. And I just say, like, I say this all the time, but like I do miss that about Houston's IMAX. Is like the IMAX here does not capture that same feeling or scale.
No, I've been
very
fortunate.
I miss it all the time.
Yeah. Sorry, Luis, I cut you off.
Oh, no, yeah, it's so funny because originally Gravity was going to be on my list, and then I looked and I was like, holy shit, that thing wasn't shot or filmed for IMAX. That was just like an IMAX screening, and I was like, that's so crazy because it feels like it's kind of perfect. Like, because it does feel like there are moments when you feel like, oh my God, I'm falling into it, and how good would it be to have that crisp experience? But still, a great pick. So yeah, go online, IMAX. You could select, I think it's like any movie. IMAX.com/any movie in IMAX, and you know you'll get it done. We're done. Yeah, go ahead.
No. That's fine.
Okay, so let's talk about. We're done with movies. Let's talk about TV. And for crying out loud, let's talk about Far Cry. It's a new TV series coming to FX. And what's crazy is it's like I can't believe my man Noah Hawley, the guy who did Alien, the guy who did Fargo, the guy who did Legion. He's coming back and he's doing another like IP here, Far Cry, and he's doing it with. Is this you said Rob Mack? But is that?
It's Rob McElhenney or whatever from
also
Always Sunny. Yeah,
I think you put this in. Right?
No, I put this on this. Yeah. I did put this on this list because I don't know about you, Luis, but I played a lot of the Far Cry games. I think they're a lot of fun. I don't need to get into all that, but they are fun. And it's every game is like a new character, a new bad guy, a new location. And that's what they're kind of doing with this TV series is every season it's going to be an anthology. There's going to be new cast of characters, a new bad guy, a new location. For this first season of the show, it's a whole new set of characters. It's not like an adaptation of a current Far Cry game. And there are Far Cry games that people would love to see. People really loved Far Cry 3. But the idea that they're going to maybe capture, I don't have the quote here now, but it was like, they're going to try to capture that same chaos that you love and get too much of in those games. And so it's like, okay, if you're going to be like true to form, but also give us a new story, and a new character to follow and things like that. I think this is a lot of fun. My favorite Far Cry games are 3, 4, 5. So I mean, I've had a great time with all three of those. So
I think
no.
Sorry, the lag interruption. Noah Hawley, with Fargo, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna capture the spirit of Fargo. I'm not gonna do a recreation." So it's the same thing. It feels like the same thing for Far Cry, which is pretty cool, I guess. It's like I'm not recreating something; I'm getting the spirit of it. What would be funny if he did the show and then they made a video game on the show for Far Cry
his season?
Yeah,
hell yeah. Well, I think about that all the time. This is an argument I mention all the time. Is like everyone wants these superhero movies to be comic book accurate. Everything has to be comic accurate. And I'm not like hating on people that want that, but another part of me is like, no, like give me something new and original that's just for this story. That's the whole reason I'm here. If I wanted to see that comic book, I would read that comic book, and so I like this idea of being like true to spirit, but also being its own new thing too. So, at FX, I put it on here because for me, Far Cry, I'm excited for it, but also your boy, Noah Hawley. I know you guys are really pushing for Alien Earth, and that is on my list. So I just wanted to throw it out there and be like, yeah, I'm connecting with you guys. Okay. Look at me.
Aw.
I'm trying. Anyway, this is old news. This is from a week ago, 2 weeks when this episode airs, but we were at Thanksgiving, so I didn't want to talk about it. But anyway, looking forward to it. FX.
We got a shit ton of trailers. Trailer talk. Specifically, we have 5 trailers. I feel like we can be pretty quick about it. Miguel, what was your favorite trailer out of all these?
I loved Mother Mary, dude. Yeah. When Ed sent that one, I watched it. I'm sorry, I was busy tonight, so I didn't get a chance to get to these. I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I did actually watch, and I saw 28 years later earlier today. I saw it came out, and I did want to watch it, but I just didn't get a chance to it today. But Mother Mary, I loved that trailer. At first it was like a psychosexual thriller. It was something that I've read in it, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then it started, and I was like, damn, this shit is kind of psycho. And then I was like, damn, this shit is kind of sexual. Like, ooh, this shit is kind of thrilling. Like, I was into it. So, and Michaela Cole. My God, she is just so good. She's a very talented actress, very funny. She's beautiful. And I was just like going up against Anne Hathaway. Like, it does seem like, I don't think Michaela Cole is obviously on the same level as Anne Hathaway as far as like name recognition, as far as the masses, but she looks like she's about to kind of outshine Anne Hathaway in this trailer. So I am kind of looking forward to this one. I don't know if I'm going to go see it in theaters. I get a little, I
get it.
Like, ooh, like I don't want to be like horned up next to some stranger.
Someone heavy breathing, like
feeling in the way.
Get your hot breath off of me,
Hold
dude.
my hand,
but,
I don't know. It looks like it
looks good.
Watching David Lowery films as I have, I mean, it looks like it's going to lean more on the ghost story and the Green Knight, side of things. So it could be.
Sorry, I was priming. Go ahead.
Just like the weird imagery that you get here and there, like throughout the trailer. But like, I mean, they both look really good, but like there might be a bit of body horror going on, some satanical shit. Like she sells her soul right before this performance. If I could give the story real quick. Long buried wounds rise to the surface when iconic pop star Mother Mary, played by Anne Hathaway, reunites with her estranged best friend and former costume designer Sam Anselm on the eve of her comeback performance. So yeah,
looks great.
It's got like what's it called? Original songs
by Charlie XCX.
Thank you. And a bunch of people. She's
gonna have a great year. She's doing fucking Wuthering Heights next year as well.
Uh-oh. Controversial.
That's my bitch.
Okay, so Mother Mary, check it out. David Lowery, that comes out spring 2026, likely April. Distributed by A24. Miguel was talking about 28 Years Later, The Bone Temple. This movie is actually directed not by Danny Boyle, but Nia DaCosta. She's taking over just for this movie, and then, because it's a trilogy, the 28 Years Later is a trilogy, the next one will be Danny Boyle. Funny enough, the 28 Years Later first one came out 28 weeks will come out 28 weeks before this movie comes out. So pretty cool little coincidence there. It's coming out on January 16th. Usually the January movies are like considered to be bad. I think in this case, it's here because I think they wanted to time it out with a 28-week situation. We got Ray Fiennes coming back, Jack O'Connell, Affy Williams. It's a continuation of the world established by the earlier film, deals with survival, infection. What's really interesting is I was worried about a new director coming in, but it does feel like a different take on the whole situation. And the trailer lends itself to that. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. We're about to like look at it from another angle. So yeah, I don't know what anyone else thought about this trailer.
I mean, I feel like it was edited in such a way where you still get the 28 years, 28 weeks feel of it. But yeah, I agree. It does kind of give it a new perspective. And I'm curious about it, I guess, off of the last one. But it's also interesting thing to point out that the third one still hasn't officially been greenlit. So I think it depends on the success of this follow-up, which no pressure at all.
Which maybe, because it's kind of hard because the second movie, or whatever we're calling it, the one that came out this year. Oh. Yes. No, the one that just came out, that it did kind of end on kind of a hot issue, not a hot issue, but just kind of like a controversial moment that really kind of divided people. And this movie, if it's going to lean more towards that or continue on with that theme, this one could be the one that like drives people away, which I could see that being an issue for a potential green light. But I really enjoyed this one, so I'm looking forward to this sequel.
Again, like at the same time, people like me who I haven't been like a big fan of the franchise or anything, but that ending was what really kind of made me curious about it. That one, just for info, made 151 million worldwide, which isn't terrible.
It's not, yeah.
They shot it on an iPhone.
You know, I think if you have a high-skilled director like Danny Boyle and the movie doesn't make like the amount of money you expect it to be, I think it kind of gets a pass. Like, think about Scorsese, P.T. Anderson, all these other movies.
Oh, 100%, like, sure.
It needed to make more to make a profit, but I think the studios kind of like give it a pass just to have that clout of like, oh, we have
so they can build on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's always the potential of having like a cult status where a few years later, man, people really fucking love this movie and it was worth it in the end, you know?
Yeah. That movie's about dead people. This next movie is called Dead Man's Wire. It's directed by Gus Van Sant. It's got Bill Skarsgård, Coleman Domingo, our boy, Al Pacino, and among others, Decray Montgomery. I think that's the guy from fucking Power Rangers. I'm just kidding. He's also from Stranger Things.
Stranger Things.
Yeah. So it's based on the real 1977 hostage taking by Tony Kuritis. I don't know. He held a banker at gunpoint, wiring the shotgun to his own neck. The film dramatizes the tense standoff of its aftermath. This one's also going to get released in January. And I thought it was interesting because, I don't know, it had Bill Skarsgård and Gus Van Sant's like a pretty big director. He directed Milk, Good Will Hunting, Elephant, things like that. So pretty big director. Skarsgård I'm into just because I've been watching Welcome to Derry. And so I'll talk about that later in the podcast. But yeah, Dead Man's Wire, I put it in there. I don't know if there's any thoughts. If not.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm here. Bill Skarsgård is such a chameleon. I feel like he has such an interesting catalog of films that he's done by now, including, you know, recently Nosferatu, but this as well. I haven't been watching Derry, but obviously I saw it. And then, he's, man, Skarsgård family are just kind of rocking the world of cinema right now. Say? The new Baldwins, indeed. Yes, I would say. Yes. So yeah, no, it looks good. It looks like an interesting role for him.
It's got that 70s grit to it. So yeah, and then another movie here, we have A Private Life. This is directed by Rebecca Zlotowski, a French filmmaker. Previous work includes Other People's Children, but this, most importantly, this is has Jodie Foster speaking French Then the guy from Anatomy of a Fall is in this one. The film centers on an American psychoanalyst in Paris whose life spirals after one of her patients dies. She becomes convinced the death was murder, then investigates. So all you murder heads, if you like death, tune into this one. This one's coming out January 16th, 2026. It's got that blend of people speaking French and English. So if you're into that kind of stuff. Jodie Foster looks great. I'll say that. Yes. Finally, How to Make a Killing. Director John Patton Ford. He previously directed Emily the Criminal. Now this movie, I put it on the list because it's got my boy, Glenn Powell. It's also got Margaret Qualley, Topher Grace, Zach Woods. It's kind of about this rich ass guy who's disowned by his wealthy family at birth, but he plots to reclaim his inheritance by any and all means necessary, which basically means he's going to kill off his like relatives and siblings to get all this money, quote unquote, how to make a killing. This is an A24 movie. This was set to release February 20th. So if you're a Glenn Powell fan, if you're into just like quirky little killings, a lot of killings in this trailers that we have here. January and February is a hot month for killing movies. So Glenn Powell back at it again. All right.
Love it.
Great. I just love me a Glenn Powell. Let's talk about this now. This is a segment where we get on the chat and we say, boys, let's not talk about it now. Let's talk about it. Wait, let's talk about this now. Later. Well, okay. You get it. These are random ass topics. All right. Random ass topics. What is this? We have Tarant. I put Tarantino on the list. Scratch that. I don't want to talk about that anymore. I forgot what that was. So let's not talk about that at all. We have Cameron versus Netflix. Who put this on the list?
Oh, I thought I deleted that. Why isn't that saved? It said deleted on mine.
I put it on another doc here. Okay.
I put it
have
on
one.
Yeah.
Okay. Commercials.
So, commercials. You know what I'm getting fucking sick and tired of? I'm getting fucking sick and tired of seeing commercials in the goddamn trailer block. I'm out here watching trailers by prestigious directors, and then I see a fucking Toyota commercial, M&M's commercial disrupting this shit. That's how you know we're in the bad times, is when you get consumer goods being thrown at me when I'm trying to get my artistic fix in.
Let me ask you this. Would you prefer because they're going to play the commercials regardless, okay? You don't like them in the middle. Although I understand why they're doing that, because they're like,
understand why they're doing it
here.
Because
So would you rather them at the beginning or after the trailer block right before the movie starts, like 2-3 trailer commercials real quick?
I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I feel like in 6 years that they're going to put a goddamn trailer near the beginning of that movie. I'll tell you that. Like probably the new Prius.
I mentioned this. What was it, earlier this year? I went to go see Jurassic Park, and I was like, I know they're going to play a little clip of the Odyssey, or the trailer for the Odyssey. Yeah. And they did all of the trailers. They did some commercials. They did the whole Nicole Kidman ad.
Yeah.
They did like the AMC, like popcorn, whatever. Yeah. And then Coca-Cola ad. And then right before the movie, boom.
Yeah.
Here's this Odyssey trailer. And I could see them throwing I understand what you're saying. Kind of in the middle, it throws off the whole fucking vibe. Like, I'm here, I'm watching trailers.
And at this point, it's like a 30-minute thing. And so it's like a fucking TV show, to be honest. And they're like, well, why not put commercials in between? It's a whole other programming. You know, we used to have like an animation or like a cartoon before a movie. That's gone. Now that's been filled with trailers and commercials. Now, mind you, I love trailers. But now that it's 30 minutes, it has become its own block of programming. So... yeah, I mean, they did that with Avatar. They did it with the Odyssey, where they played it literally right before the movie, after the whole AMC signature bumpers. And I think that is like priced at a higher price point because they know people are stumbling into the theater late.
You're here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, you're going to see this trailer.
Eric, our good friend of the show, Eric Jew, he was talking to me about this recently. The point that he was making was, Miguel, don't bitch about commercials and the trailers and things like that, because most of the time you're not there anyway. The audience isn't there. And the theaters, they make money off of those commercials playing.
They do.
So even if you're not there, the theater is making the money off of that commercial. And don't we want the theater to stay alive? That was like his posit.
I mean, the thing is like,
and I was like,
you're
I
not
get
showing
it from
up.
that point of view.
Where you're not showing up, so now the theaters has to do this to survive. This is your fault. All right. Another thing that's your fault.
I'm sorry.
Is
okay.
Is they fucking are trimming down. This is mostly what I want to get off my chest more than anything. They're trimming the fuck down out of the Nicole thing. It ruins the whole vibe. It ruins the whole. It's like at this point, what's the point of having the Nicole thing? You've bastardized her. It ruins the flow. Like you no longer get the footstep into the water, the wonder of the thing. It's just like pop bullet points. Because there was a moment where AMC was like, "Hey, we're going to shorten the trailer segments now, so that people can watch the movies faster." They fucking just trim Nicole, and that's it. And that's what you consider trimming. And it's just like it's just like at this point, what's the point? Just get rid of her. Like I do the whole mystique of it.
Everyone already understands what you're saying, but I just want to point out that you're talking about Nicole Kidman, renowned worldwide actress. You know,
Academy Award winning Nicole Kidman.
Right, it's not Nicole. Like we don't.
Oh, you want me to say her full name?
Nikki.
Oh no. See, I call her Nikki.
Say her name.
Okay,
you know.
I know.
I have her picture on my wall. All right?
Actually, no. I have a button of her on my fucking TV stand.
I love it. I love that that's become its own thing, and that people like want to see it. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of light up when that moment comes on. When the Coca-Cola,
it's a good moment. Fuck the Coca-Cola.
When the Coca-Cola. When that thing happens, I'm like, this is boring. I get it. Ha ha ha. Drink Coke, you know? Anytime they show the theater and it's like the whole crowd getting together, the Zootopia one recently too, I'm just like, we're all sitting here already. Like, I just get on with it. But there is an allure about Nicole Kidman stepping in that puddle. I get it.
The puddle is
all
important.
Right, taking off the hood, looking at the wonder of looking at the AMC billboard. I get it.
Down the hallway, see which theater she's going to go into, you know?
No, walking up, like stomping on the stairs, like getting up to it, and then like
tripping on that one dude.
Magical.
It's like a song. It's like when you hear a song on the radio and they fucking cut half of the song, and it's like,
that's a good.
All right, well now you're just going like, I don't know, whatever. I just wanted to get it off my chest, the frustration I'm having at the theaters right now. Okay, so what's up?
No, go for it.
Okay. Well, we usually have a feature discussion, but not this week. We've seen a lot of shit. I've done a lot of shit and played with a lot of shit. I say we just bounce back and forth because if not, it'll get like too heavy handed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
sure. Like
we'll just hear Ed talk for like 30 minutes and then it'll be us.
Yeah. And I can't do that.
No, I don't blame you.
Or Miguel talking and then you'll have Ed. Okay. So Miguel, you got some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, so I'll split it up, I guess. I only put one of these on here because Luis was like, you have to talk about this. But the one thing I did want to talk about is I finally did it, okay? After a year of speculation and contemplation and mediation with Luis, okay? Yeah. Like I had to figure this out. I finally, for Christmas, I got I know it's a little early, the PlayStation Portal, okay? I was really back and forth on this because I'd heard the negative reviews. I know Luis had it and he was like, I kind of just put it away. But I was also hearing, you were talking about people that, no, this is like the only way I play games now. Like, I love this. And so I was kind of really torn about that. But they recently, this last month, they came out with a new patch where it's like you can stream games and you can, so it's not only just a remote play, which is what it came out with straight out of the box, but now you can cloud stream games. And so that was a really big deal. The whole issue was I wanted a thing where my son and I could both be playing different games on the PlayStation at the same time. And now we finally can do that. And so I created him an account. I have an account for me, obviously. And it's like, if I want to, if he wants to play something on the PlayStation while I stream on the Portal or vice versa, we can do that. It is a fantastically sized device. I love it. I love it in my hand. One of the things I was worried about is like when I play on the Switch, I kind of like my neck cranes, or like I have to hold it weird, and it just kind of, and it's really flat and the buttons are really small. And so the Switch for me is like, I haven't played the Switch 2 yet, but I was like, the Switch for me is just like not my favorite device as a handheld. But my God, I love a PlayStation controller, and especially the PS5. Like, I feel like that was the big shining moment of the PS5 was the new controller. And man, holding the Portal in your hands, it's a really great size. The screen is not too big, not too small. Really great definition. I've played with it a little bit where thank you, Luis. I should have grabbed mine. I should have grabbed it for this.
Yeah.
I've done it where I did remote play. I've done it where I've cloud streamed, over the Wi-Fi, and it holds up surprisingly well. The last test I'm going to have is I'm going away for the Christmas for a couple of weeks, and I'm going to be able to take it with me, and that's when we're really going to see, can I connect at a hotel? Can I connect at my in-laws? Can I connect at my parents' Wi-Fi? Right. It is a really great, solid device. I know there was some complaints about it not being like the PlayStation portable from the 2000s, but man, what a killer device. I've played a lot of pretty good games on it, so I like it. I'm glad I finally got it. I did get it on sale. I was able to get like a case. It came with a really great fast charger that's going to be plugged into my PlayStation now. So now I have extra chargers for all that. 10 out of 10 device. I'm rambling now.
No. I want to build off of this. I think this is actually a fucking like dark horse snooze. You're not paying attention. You got to pay attention because this thing is right now. If you go to PlayStation, it is $200 Okay.
That is, and I got it on Black Friday for $20 less. So I mean, it was a really good steal.
You can't get the Switch is what, $400? This
$400. Yes.
This is a PlayStation basically 5 that you can have in your hand right now. That you basically are cloud streaming. So you get a PlayStation Premium account, and yes, you have to pay a monthly service for it. So I don't know how much that is, like $17 a month or something.
Yeah. 17, 18
But you get access to a shit ton of PlayStation games. And if you buy a PlayStation game, you can also stream that. So I think theoretically, like before you needed a console to use this thing. Now you don't need a console anymore to play games. You just need a good internet connection and this portal. I know this episode isn't sponsored by PlayStation, but I mean, like the fact that it's so cheap. I mean, the thing is like I'm so used to seeing consoles being $4.99, $5.99. I mean, we're getting the Steam machine that'll probably be like $6, $7, $8.99. And in a world where consoles and things are so expensive, it's crazy how cheap this is, and it also has that PlayStation haptic feeling. So, like when you're on the PlayStation controller, and you get those little vibrations, you get the exact same experience here. So, the joysticks are a little bit looser, but you get used to. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, you keep mentioning that, and I see what you're saying compared to a PlayStation controller, but I never thought they were so wildly
that's good,
like off balance or anything. Okay. I felt like, I didn't want to say loose. That felt like if you say moist, it's like, but no, I never thought they were like super noticeable. I really like it in hand. I've tried to play a few different games. The first game I started playing on it was Uncharted 4, which is the other thing is like, okay, if I'm cloud streaming, I want to play games that I've already played. I'm bringing it along for my trip because I just need like a game to play. I just want to play something fun. I don't want to necessarily experience a brand new game for the first time on the portal, but I've been playing Uncharted 4. So much fun. I played The Last of Us Part 1, the PS5 upgrade. That's been a lot of fun. Games like Astrobot run really great. I just did Ghost of Yotei, the New Game Plus version. I started it on the PlayStation Portal. So I'm having a really good time there. I would say the first time I was like, ooh, the graphics aren't as good was the Ghost of Yotei on the portal.
Well, Ghost of Yotei doesn't have that great graphics in the first place, though.
But you know what? It looks better on the TV than it does on the portal.
I'm joshing around. My problem with the game is the texture on the layout. Everything else is beautiful.
I get it. And you know what? I went back and played Ghost of Tsushima, and I was like, ooh, it doesn't look as good as I remember because it's a PS4 game.
Yeah.
But anyway, for the Portal device, what I love is it's got a 3.5 millimeter jack. So like my Apple headphones that I'm using right now, I can plug those right into the device. I love that. One of the things that I don't love is the fact that my PlayStation Pulse headset that I have, I have like the lower tier. I have the lower tier version. You can get the higher, more premium version of the PlayStation headphones that have I forget what it's called, but there's like a button you can press to pair it. And I don't have that device. And so that kind of sucks because it's like I paid money for these headphones, but I just didn't realize
that's a whole other
what I was
too.
and was not getting.
You're solely right. Like that's
exactly.
that's a big downer on this one is because like you think, oh, I have a Bluetooth headphones. It's no problem. It is a problem. Like for some reason they just can't connect Bluetooth into this one. So you have to pack like.
But it's like when I have the PlayStation specific headphones, it should just be built in. Like this should just work. But I would say this though, I do kind of love plugging in my Apple headphones. It just feels like, I'm plugged in. Don't bother me. It's nice. So no, I've been having a great time. My kid got to play with it and he really likes it. And again, that's one of the biggest reasons I wanted to get it was I wanted to be able to switch back and forth and for him to have the option too.
Yeah.
So, we're having a lot of fun in the Sanchez household. And I am going to talk about another game here in a moment, but I'll break it up now so that Ed can have his 45-minute block. Go ahead, Ed.
Are we going to take turns?
Yeah, let's take turns. I feel like that's nicer.
Depends on you.
Yeah.
Depends on you.
All right.
You know?
All right, well, let's start.
I'm gonna run back real quick. I have to unlock the door. That's all right. I'll be quick.
Wow. So fucking insulting. I swear to God.
First off, Ed, this is what it's like when you yawn, okay? When you yawn when we're talking, okay? And also, I just want to clip it, but like when we were talking about the portal just now.
Yeah.
The way you zoned out just absolutely
Man,
hurt
I'm on a lot of cold medication. I'm just like...
That's fair. That's fair.
Like
okay,
drowsy.
my bad.
I'm trying to...
You were like...
No, I've been catching myself like staring into space. I'm trying to like stay with it, but I'm like, I am on a lot of drugs.
No Fortnite tonight. I get it.
I'm sweepy. Now I'll talk about the big thing that I was excited to talk about this week is I did currently doing its very small theatrical run is Rian Johnson's Wake Up Dead Man, which is a Knives Out mystery, quote unquote. The third in the franchise, and it's produced by Netflix. That's why it's on a very limited run. So if you have a chance to go see it, go see it. If you're a fan of these movies, I don't think this disappoints. We're fans of it. Obviously, we like a good murder mystery, and along with this and Poker Face. Rian Johnson's mysteries are really quite delightful. This one is definitely a different tone from the second one, Glass Onion, which was also a Netflix one. But I think I enjoyed it better because it was a bit more, I wouldn't say serious, because it's still very funny.
Ed.
Yeah.
Tell us why you really enjoyed this one more than the other ones, okay?
That has nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it. Okay.
Oh my God! Yes, another stellar cast. You're right. But yeah, it is headed by none other than Josh O'Connor, your future James.
Well, it's not
Bond.
headed by him. He's not leading the thing.
He is technically the lead in this.
He's like above. He's like above Daniel Craig.
No, genuinely like Benoit Blanc is in it. Not as much, especially the second one. Okay. But he's definitely, he doesn't really come in until the second act.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Is that like 45 plus minutes into that movie? He doesn't come in?
Yeah, give or take, because it follows Josh O'Connor's recounting of coming into the community. Shut up. You act like you didn't enjoy his character and challenges like he's a bad actor or something.
I was there. No, he's a great actor. It's his face.
So give him. That's so rude.
Is he British in this one, Ed?
Is what?
Is he British in this one?
No, he's American.
Okay.
Sorry.
Very, very convincingly so. A lot of English playing Americans in this movie.
Is he
also
English?
Who?
Don't worry about it. Go ahead.
All right. Daniel Craig, Andrew Scott, Josh O'Connor, other people. But there's also, you got Josh Brolin, who's having a hell of a year. Glenn Close, who is great. Thomas Hayden Church. Mila Kunis is in it. Kerry Washington is in it. leaving somebody out, but
stacked cast.
It's a good cast, and it's just got a slightly darker, more gothic tone to it. It takes place at it deals with the crisis of the faithful and devout, and then the distortion of Christianity in modern America today, and how people are weaponizing it and stuff like that. All the while keeping this very murder mystery, but also the Rian Johnson way, which is just very humorous. There's a lot of big laughs. But one of my favorite quotes, and it's early on, it's not a huge spoiler, but Josh O'Connor was describing himself as a priest, and he's just like, I'm young, dumb, and full of Christ. That's fucking hilarious. But
the way that I'm gonna roll my eyes so hard when I hear that.
But no, it's a lot of fun. The mystery itself comes together very nicely. There was one point where I was just like, oh, okay, they're going this route. No, there's something else. There's yet another twist. He does keep you guessing, does Rian Johnson. And as with the first two movies, I can't wait to watch it again to catch all the details, or the hints or the clues that they leave along the way that unfold during that final act. But it was a lot of fun. Got to see it at the good old River Oaks Theatre. I got a handicap friend seat, Miguel. Right, and it was weird because there was a thing that said reserved for Miguel Sanchez on it.
It's got your plaque on it.
Yeah. But no, it was a fun screening. I look forward to seeing it on Netflix. But if you guys or anybody out there listening is a big fan of this franchise, it's still very well shot, visually stunning film. They do a lot of cool things with lighting in this one. Like I said, it's a bit more gothic and takes place in a old church. What
country?
It takes place in Chimney Rock, New York.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So America. Yeah. But yeah. So there you go.
I tell you what, Ed. I give you so much shit about Josh O'Connor, but really it's just fun to do so. He seems like a good guy. All right. I'm sure he's going to have I think there's going to be a role out there, you know what I mean, where I finally get it,
Lock in, yeah.
But
and it wasn't Challengers for you, is what you're saying.
No, Challengers is great. No, all three of them were great in Challengers. And I'm really just again, just giving you shit just because you were like, he's going to be James Bond.
I would love for him to be James Bond.
But you know what it is? I think it's that one photo you shared of him where he's outside the theater with this popcorn. And he's that photo was really damaging.
There is a very deep-seated sense drive within me to hate the things that Ed likes, because if I find myself loving the things that Ed loves, then it's aw, fuck, he got me, you know?
Yeah, I know. Success in our friendship. We shared something we like.
No, I love a boundary with you for some reason. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to this one. I am kind of grateful that it is coming to Netflix. No offense. I'm just
it's not that kind of movie for you, and I get that.
Yeah, well, it's just this. I don't know, and it's so kind of crazy because I have the AMC A list, but I'm also just I'm not rushing to the theater. I think it really just is our schedule. But
it's a busy time of year. It's a busy time of year.
Yeah. Oh, I know, so much going on. But I'm looking forward to this one because I did love the first Knives Out, and the second one wasn't bad. It just was okay.
Totally, it was different.
Yeah.
And I rewatched it. That's the thing. It's I don't dislike it by any means, but I rewatched it. It's still a fun mystery.
Is this the second one? Is where he's she's oh, it's really smart. He's no,
it's just dumb.
It's dumb. Yeah. I love that. He's having so much fun playing that role.
He is. So. He's and he does so in this one too. You could still feel the passion and the enjoyment of it, and it feels like everybody's having a good time with it. Furthermore,
yeah,
they're just having fun with themselves and the audience. And I will. Last thing I'll say about it is his wardrobe in this is spectacular.
Love it.
Some of these suits, I swear to God, he looks I want them. I wish I could pull that off. You know what I mean? 20 years down the line, I could just walk around wearing what he does.
Hilarious that you're like, I wish I could pull it off, and, like, as though you're not the kind of guy that would just go and do it.
Yeah,
you know what
I mean, fair enough. Yeah, if I had that moolah for that wardrobe, you bet 100%.
Make sure to like and subscribe to the podcast. We'll get more viewers. That means we'll get more moolah, and then we can give that to Ed to get those sweet ass shoots.
Holy.
Now listen, I've been waiting.
Tailor shop, sweet ass shoots.
Okay, it's my turn now. Last week you guys were able to talk about Wicked, so now it's my turn to talk about Wicked. Finally, for good, I'm going to talk about it. Now, there's a lot of ways to go into talking about movies, but for me right now, I'm going to talk about 3 things that I want to get out of the way. Because you guys already said a lot, and listen, if you want to hear our review, check out last week. They did a great job talking about it. First thing I want to get off my chest, before I go on, spoiler alert for Wicked. Huge spoiler alert. Okay, you got the spoiler alert? Let's get back to the convo. Is that I genuinely did not know that what's-his-name was going to become the Tin Man. And when it happened, I turned to Sarah and I was like, what the fuck did that just happen?
That's awesome.
And that's what I'm saying about like not having spoilers for movies and things like that. Like that was such a wonderful experience and something of where I was like, we have to go to the movies. I have to avoid spoilers. And this thing has been out for years, like a decade.
Oh yeah, Wicked.
For some reason, I was able to avoid like this huge ass spoiler. So thank you to the world for that. But what a turn of events when that happened. I was like, oh my god, is this what we're doing? And then obviously it kind of happened again. I should have said spoiler alert. I'm so sorry. I might have spoiled it for a bunch of people.
We talked about it last week.
I apologize deeply and sincerely. But you knew that was going to happen again with the Scarecrow. I was like, oh, okay, I think I know. Now that we did it once, I feel like I can see it happening again. Another thing, let's talk about my expectations about this one. Not about like, is it going to be good or bad, but plot-wise. I originally thought, and I was like, oh, fuck, I just spoiled it for myself. I know how it's going to end. I know what's going to happen. And it didn't happen at all. I thought that Michelle Yeoh's character, Madame Morrible, I thought that she was actually the Wicked Witch and that she was going to take off her, like she had makeup on. She's like, I'm the Wicked Witch, ha ha ha. Because in the first movie, she controls the weather and it's about to rain. And she's like, no rain tonight. And I was like, oh, because you're allergic to water. You'll melt. So you want to avoid the water. And she's like incredibly evil, and she had the monkeys, and I thought she was going to co-opt the monkeys as hers. And so this whole time I'm like, oh, I see what they're doing. You know, we think Elphaba is the Wicked Witch of the West, but actually it's Michelle Yeoh's character who is going to play that role. She's got the sharper, whatever. That didn't happen at all. And so I was like, oh, okay, well, the one time yeah.
But she is the Wicked Witch. That is the thing.
Well, right, but literally,
but like literally turning into it. No, but
like,
that is what she is.
At the end, she was going to die. I thought she was literally the one who gets thrown the water at the end. Like,
that would have been nice. That would have been nice.
That didn't happen. She just got carried away, and then that was the end of that. As if she didn't already have powerful abilities that could just completely change and turn over things. But that's another thing. After this, so I was watching the second one. Unlike Ed, I didn't rewatch the first one, so I did find myself in the middle of this one being like, "Wait, what's everybody's motivation again? Why is she doing this? And what exactly is she rebelling against? And why is she upset? And why?" So the motivations were a little bit like I needed to recap. I didn't know what was going on, and so coming out of this movie, I know you guys had your review, but for me personally, if I was ever to watch it again, I would watch it 1 and 2 back to back, because to me, that is the movie. That is the complete movie. What's funny enough for me is I feel like 1 has a lot of fluff and 2 feels like I needed more time and more stuff in it. And that's just my kind of my interpretation, because I think there's a lot of stuff that carries from 1 that would definitely help me with the second movie, and knowing like as far as like momentum and going, it's like, okay, we care about this and they care about that. And what does it drive to? It drives to this and that. And so I did feel like I personally missed it.
Luis, can I ask real quick?
Yeah.
Ed and I talked about this last week. Let me ask you this, and I know we kind of texted about it, but let me get your opinion on it now. How much time passed between, and I'm not talking about what you read, I'm like, based on watching the movie, like how much time has passed between the first act of this story and the second act?
I mean, I feel like it's got to be at least 5 years or something, because they just went into Jinxie World, or what, the shiz, and they were like, what, freshmen? And then like the next movie, they're like, I'm a fucking governor of a city or something, mayor. And I'm like,
the head of the army.
Well,
I'm like, whoa, these are pretty big roles to just jump into, unless it's like, And so I was taken aback for a second. I thought it was like literally, I thought this movie literally happened seconds after Alphaba flew away. Yeah. And then people had power, like role positions. And I was like, oh no, this is like years later.
Obviously,
Brock, what's his name? Brock, who turns into Iron Man. He's like a leader, and I'm like, oh yeah, I feel like time has passed. So for me, I think it felt like 5 years.
Okay, I was under the impression that it was 1 year.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know if I can accept that.
No. I might be wrong, but
so you're telling me you're a freshman and then you immediately become a mayor of a town?
Well, no,
let him talk. Let him talk.
She inherited that from her father, the governorship, because he died.
But what about the fancy pants and SpongeBob? Like they got immediate position.
But I would say
I'm unsure. I wasn't sure because I was like, oh, like you went to Shiz so you could become a soldier. Like
no. Here's my interpretation of that. First off, real quick, with Ed, we were talking about this last week, it did feel like, is it a year? Is it 6 months? But then like the roles, it's like, it does feel like, no, that does feel like several years have passed. But to your point, Ed, the question you're asking is, she inherited the role of the governor because the dad died. And then Madame Morrible is also pulling strings. And so Fiyero, because of his status and his family and Glinda's status and her family, they're being pushed to the forefront. It's almost like they expedited their education.
Right.
That didn't matter anymore. Now you are in these prominent roles because you're the face of Oz. Bach got that position because Nessa Rose loves him and she wants him around.
Okay, so you're telling me Shiz is a 1 year university to learn about
that's what I'm saying is that the tenure of the education didn't matter anymore because
these four characters
they were pulling them out of their education and putting them in these roles because of the politics of it all. They wanted to give them these high priority positions because Madame Morrible's whole thing, the wizard's whole thing, is it's all a ruse. It's all smoke and mirrors. We need to put these people in charge because then the Munchkins and the people of Oz will buy into what we're saying. And so to that point, I kind of see it being shorter, like a year, but also watching the movie, it's like, it does feel like it has to have been 3 or 5 years passing between.
It feel a little bit more mature. Like they have more feel like, what's it? Fiyero. He seems a little bit more like, he's got a lot of like these feelings that he's just been holding back. That's been building up of just like the intolerance.
Also, if you had rewatched the first movie, like the whole moment for him and her in that movie is like when they rescue the lion and they free him from captivity. They have that whole moment together. And that's when he's kind of starting to realize, like, I think I kind of like her.
Right.
And she's also already had that beat of like, I'm not that girl. He's going to go with Glinda.
Right.
And then you see, just to rehash, you see Glinda say that line at the end, towards the end of the movie, like when he runs off with her, she's like, I'm not that girl. So it kind of blows my mind that you didn't watch Wicked right before this, but also it kind of blows my mind that would you have not
the
been
thing
listening
is
to this
like,
album the entire year?
I didn't really, I tried to rewatch it. I just couldn't get through it again. So I just think it's like, I just think it's a little too, but the thing, okay, I'll say this. Like, I think it's a little like too chipper, the first one. And I'm like, I just need to get to the middle of the movie. Like, I can't stand
disagree.
But now that I like kind of watched the whole thing and if I can watch it as a whole, I do understand the vision of the thing and I understand the revolutionary thing. And I do want to see the Broadway play so that I can see it as a whole and get that kind of story experience. I think I think the singing is incredible. I think they do a really great job. And I'm so happy that they were able to capture the singing on set. That was something that was like huge in Les Mis when they were like, we're singing on set. These are the actual voices. Because beforehand, it was a lot of like the backtrack where like people would just mouth or, do the voiceover. Here, you can feel like you can see their throats. You can just feel that like the actual singing's happening. And I'm just like taken aback. I'm like, wow, this is it's very powerful. And for me, the two powerful songs were the one where she's pissed off, Elphaba's pissed off, and she's like lighting the flames with the flying monkeys, and it's just like she's flying in the air. I'm like, God damn, that was powerful. And then the end of the Because I Knew You, I've Been Changed for Good. I came out of the theater singing the song, like it's stuck in my head, like it was just like da 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 da. So that was effective. I see the vision. I was a little worried about how the ending was all going to come together, and it just feels like I wish I had more time with this act for things to really like flush out, you know. But yeah, great singing, great. You know, I like seeing the Dorothy like not being there but kind of there, and I just feel like the Madame Moribel would have just been like, no, like fly birds, fly monkeys. I'm gonna like just blow the wind like storm and throw you away. Like it just felt like too easy how she just like left and then Oz left.
Yeah.
But I get it. It's almost like at the end of the movie, it's like you need to just kind of get to the ending where everything is happy, and you know, I get it. But no, I liked it. I think I kind of like. I know the second one's kind of messy, but I feel like I kind of dug it. I dug the second one. So, and I don't know if I'm just being a contrarian at this point. You know, like how everyone's like, "Oh, the second one wasn't as good as the first one," so now it's like, "Well, you know what? I kind of like it." It's not perfect, and I feel like the first one does feel a little bit more fuller. But I think I just like a movie that ends, like a movie that has like a
beginning
end, and it just felt like the first one didn't end.
Right.
Like Dune. Like I like Dune 2 more than Dune 1 because it did feel like, oh, this is a complete story.
Yeah.
And Dune 2
you know what's kind of crazy is I kind of like the opposite. I love when it's like, ooh, there's more. It's like a tasty little treat. It's like, ooh, what else is coming? You know,
but
what
I feel like, and then it's like, oh, I can't let go. Like I can't breathe. Like I can't like take off.
Keep making those sounds.
Do not do that again. All right. Don't. That's.
I want to see what this would have looked like as one movie. I think it would have worked better.
You know what? Like, catch me at a certain night. I'll watch them both back to back. Like I'm watching Kill Bill back to back. Fuck it.
You know what?
Yeah.
This is you know, you see it in the theaters. I think it's a lot of fun. That's something I mentioned last week. Is I did kind of appreciate seeing it in the theater. And there was a whole theater. We talked about the whole theater aspect last week. But this is a movie where I'm like, you know what? For the holidays, when you're home with your families, like put the first one on,
perfect one, yeah.
and then tomorrow night, let's watch the second one. And or if you feel like doing a Saturday where you watch them all or whatever, but it's like, yeah, watching these at home is going to be a lot of fun.
Don't take a break,
you know. And no, I love taking.
No. You watch it and you're like, ooh, should we get pizza? And then you bring the pizza into the living room and you're doing like a little dance. And
but then that's a break. You know, you're taking a break.
Okay, you're taking a baby break. You're taking like I'm not saying like take a whole like 24-hour break. You take a nap. You have dreams. You know, you're thinking about bills, and then the next day, like there's too much of a disruption there.
Fair enough.
So again, yeah,
I'm glad you saw it though.
No, me too. I'm glad I saw it. Again, unfortunate. I feel like it just looked a little cheap at times. Like the lion, like looks terrible. And
I was saying that
visually kind of bad, but it's okay.
There's a lot more like CGI in this movie than obviously, and I was saying this last week. Yes, the first movie has CGI. Yes, those sets that they're on also has blue screens behind them, you know, but there was something about it felt like they were walking through that set. They were touching those things. They were like living the world came to life. And in the second one, I didn't feel that as much, you know, but, yeah, Wicked.
All right, Wicked, check it out. It's in theaters right now, starring Jeff Goldblum and Ethan Slater. Okay, so all right, Miguel.
Yeah, this is the last thing I'm going to talk about, and then you guys can keep going. But and I did this because I mentioned it to you guys, and Luke was like, "You have to talk about it." Okay. Years behind, but we finally, my son has been playing, we talked about earlier this year, we saw the Minecraft movie. My son then wanted to play it, so we got the game. We recently did the PS5 upgrade for free, which is awesome. It carried over all of our worlds. But the thing is I had never played Minecraft, so I didn't really know how to do this. And my son just kind of learned on his own. And then recently, I was like, well, I'll tell you what, I'll create you an account so we can do multiplayer on the PlayStation. I can log in both controllers and we can run around the world together. And I will say this, I learned how to play Minecraft through this moment. It has been a lot of fun. It has been a lot. We're doing creative mode, which is great for his age and for me who's learning. It's been a lot of building. It's been a lot of destroying. It's been a lot of like, what can I do? It's really a ton of fun. But the thing, and I know I kind of always like, devolve into this conversation, but this is the first time that like my son and I have sat down and played a game together, truly together, not just like he wanted to play this game, so I turned it on, or I'm playing this game and he's watching. We are both contributing to this world at the same time. And I just kind of had a moment where we stopped playing and he went off to go do something else. And I just sat there for a moment and I was like, there's going to be a moment years from now where I'm going to sit back and remember I loved this moment. I've had so much fun playing Minecraft with him. He built an entire little city and then I just started adding on to it. And he was like, I'm doing this. And so then I would like, he was like, I want to build a path from this hotel I made all the way to the villagers down below. And I started helping him build his path. And then I like got a bunch of dynamite and I started blowing up a mountain so that I could create a whole new section of our little town. And he would be like, let me help you, Daddy. And I'd be like, okay, let me come over here and help you do this. And it was just one of these things where we were both locked in together for the very first time. And I'll always be appreciative of that. It's a super simple game. If you're on creative mode, it's one of those things where you get everything unlocked right away. If you're on survival mode, you have to kind of craft everything. So it can be more difficult. The bad guys attack you. They attack your village. They attack your town on survival. So on creative mode, it's nice because we can just sit down and we can just play. It's just been a ton of fun. If you are a parent, I recommend it, especially with like a kid who's like just getting into video games. It's just nice and easy. It's something you both can do together. Yeah. No, that's all I wanted to say. I mean, Luis, you wanted me to talk about it. Do you have any questions or anything?
I mean, I guess I'm just so fascinated by this type of gameplay where it's like, because I'm such a goal-oriented gamer, where I'm like, what's the goal?
Sure.
What are we trying to get? What are we doing? And I think and obviously this is like it's like an insanely popular game. And so I just wanted to get your take on it because I knew that you didn't know Minecraft, and so I knew Force was getting into it. And I was just like, what is it about Minecraft that is like, is it just like, I want to build a house, so I build a house, and then that's it?
Yes. And honestly, it's because he started building that I understood. Like once he realized how to like work the menu and like work with all of the material, he was just like, boom, here's a house. Boom, here's a building. Boom, here's a street. Boom, here's a thing. And it was like he played for one morning and all of a sudden there was a whole town. And it was like with like vehicles and animals and mechanics that I was not expecting from this game. And it was just like, oh, all you have to do, it's so cliche, like he says it in the movie, but it's like, if you can think of it, like you can just build it. And my 6-year-old just did it. And I was like, oh, I understand now. Like and you can build, you can destroy, you can just do whatever. And then you'll like, if you like dive into Minecraft, like there are people who've recreated New York City in Minecraft. They build it like, to scale. And it's like, you can get really fucking, and there was a bit where I got really locked in where I was like, I'm hyper focused on what I'm doing right now and I can't stop. Like, I was like, I'm going to blow up this mountain piece by piece and I will have like
on Fortnite, you're like, let's tear down this building, and you'll just spend time like breaking a building down until it collapses. Yeah. So I guess it fits that.
I didn't realize about that about myself either, because I do that sometimes in Fortnite because I think it's silly. But then in Minecraft, I was like, oh, this is great, and it's just a way for us to kind of bond. He's always like, look, Daddy, look what I made. He was like, I made you a house. Like, this is yours specifically. And the thing is he wanted his friends. He's got a couple of friends at school, and he was like, can we talk to them about like linking with his server and things like that? And I was like, I don't know, because it's like my PlayStation, it's my account. That's why I created his account separately later. But then when I realized like him and I could just play together, and it's like all of a sudden he stopped asking about his friends, and he was like, Daddy, do you want to play Minecraft with me?
Oh, okay.
And it has just been like,
so you still have that same world, like you still have the same city that he built, like it's still there.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like you can create as many worlds as you want, and it's like different file saves. So you can just jump into that save, and boom, there's everything that's already there. And it's just been a really thrilling experience, and I'm having a great time. So
there you go, Minecraft. Ed.
All right. I'll keep this one short because it's been a little while since I actually saw this one. But I just want to give it a shout out. Currently in theaters is Sentimental Value from Joachim Trier. This is the movie that won the Grand Prix award at Cannes this year, and it's got Stellan Skarsgård, Renee Rensvig.
Another Skarsgård.
Yeah. And another actress who I feel like I'm going to butcher her name, and then Elle Fanning. But basically what I took away from this was it's about like this father and daughter who's he's a filmmaker, she's an actress, and he's trying to get her to star in his new movie, and just about reconciling their differences through their art forms, I guess, because they don't know how to talk to each other or be around each other. He was a very kind of absentee father. As a director, he's just kind of gone all the time. And then they have a younger sister who starred in one of his movies when she was younger. So it's like a triangle. And then Elle Fanning is kind of like an American movie star who he eventually cast in his movie, and then she struggles with trying to realize whether she is right for this movie or if it really is supposed to be the daughter and all of that. And it all kind of takes place, not all of it, but the central focus is setting within their family house that they grew up in. So the house becomes a bit of a character too. But the relationships and the acting are all superb. I know a lot of people have been kind of talking about this for Best Picture and a Best Actor nominee for Stellan Skarsgård. He is really good in it. The other daughter, I'll take a crack at it. I'm very sorry if I'm going to butcher it, but Inga Ibsdotter Lilius.
Incredible.
But she is really good in it. I don't think I've seen her in anything else. And then Elle Fanning has a really good scene with Stellan Skarsgård that's really quite touching. So yeah, it's just like a whole cast of great performances, and it is definitely. I felt it was a little long at parts. It's definitely maybe 10, 20 minutes too long. But it's still a very interesting story, beautifully shot, of course, and really just really well acted. So, right, and it's currently in theaters. Yeah, Sentimental Value.
Theaters. This one I'm actually really excited to talk about, and it's something that I know Miguel is excited to watch soon, is Avatar. So Avatar Fire and Ash, they obviously that movie's coming out, and they did a documentary about kind of the process of making Avatar. Yeah. One day I was able to okay, I think I'm in the mood, I can watch this, and let me tell you, this is incredible. I feel like we all know the whole process of yes, they have the technology where it's them acting and they capture it. It's a real performance. It's not like animation or CGI, like it is them performing. But seeing them kind of do the R&D process of trying to crack it, it is incredible how the main priority of this whole fucking thing is they want to capture the pureness of the performance, no matter what it takes. And when they did Avatar Way of Water, there was a thought where it was like, oh, we'll do dry for wet, which means we'll put on wire rigs, we'll put on these suits, and we'll fly and we'll have stunt people act. as if they're swimming, and then we'll overlay their faces and blah, blah, blah. And James Cameron was like, absolutely not. I want wet for wet. I want them to be swimming inside. I want them to be acting inside. And so just like Top Gun Maverick, where they spent like a 6-month course on getting them prepped for that actual flight experience of G gravity, he actually prepped all these actors for 6 months in breathing technique so they could hold their breath for about 2 minutes comfortably without panicking so that they could do it. He hired underwater filmographers so that when they did the scene, they were like, all right, we're submerging for 2 minutes. We're going to go under and we're going to do the scene. And they built all these mechanisms to mimic the animals that are swimming. And he was like, I want to capture them in the water, and then I want to capture them going into the water, and I want to capture their muscular physics of how they move into that. Because, when you hit the water, your body slows down and your physicality changes. And he's like, I don't want to make that up in post. I want to actually get Sigourney. I want to get like these actors' actual physicality. And so it's like, wow, that's really impressive. And just to see the lengths they would go to, because up top they use infrared light to capture the movement. Underwater, infrared light isn't powerful enough to go through the water. So they had to create this whole other system with ultraviolet light. And so basically they have a top system where it's infrared volume like system, and then underwater is a whole other volume system. So you have two systems on top of each other, infrared and ultraviolet. And then they were like, oh, well, when you're underwater and you're looking up, it's hard to pinpoint all the pinpoints because of the reflections of the things. So then they added ping pong balls up top to help differentiate between the two volumes. It's just like, it's fascinating how far they went to just get a honest performance, and like to have somebody in the those little animals that go in and out. Like, it's just, it is, the more and more I hear about him talk about it, I heard him in a podcast, it is almost the purest form of acting, where you're not taking any moments of like, all right, let's set up the lights. Oh, the sun is setting. Oh, you know what? Let's get this cameraman here. Let's get him right in your fucking face, actor. Oh, do it again because the camera fucked up. It's like, no, I'm worrying about all of that in post. Here, it's like theater, where, when you did theater, Ed, where you didn't put the stage up, you actually rehearsed it before you put it, you did the blocking, right? Like you're blocking it out, you don't have the stage, and you're just like, let's try something out, right? Let's just fucking act. And that's what it is. It's like his whole direction is like, act. What are we doing? What do you want? And yes, sometimes you're acting on a fucking like mesh wire, but you really are using your pure imagination. And I was just so impressed and taken back by this whole thing. That if you're into technology, if you're into movie making, I would highly recommend this thing. Afterwards, I was like, I'm going to put on Avatar and watch it. And I'm excited to see Fire and Ash. And yeah, it is truly unlike anything that is out there. Yeah.
It's just those 2 episodes, right?
It's only 2 episodes, and each episode's like 45 minutes long, average.
Yeah. Okay. No, I kind of forgot about it for a bit, but I've been wanting to watch it, so it's on my watch list now. I will watch it.
Very, very, very cool stuff.
Cool.
Ed, you were you watched something that I watched.
Yeah, I thought this at least would tie in together. So, did you finish The Chair Company? Okay, cool. What did you think of it?
Okay, so at the beginning, I loved it. I was here for it, Yeah. And then it ended, and then I was like, this can't be the finale. This can't be it. And I understand what the type of man he is, but even so, I'm like, I feel like I'm just like, this is a bit? Like, is this ending a bit? Is this whole thing like just a fucking joke? I thought there was more to the finale, but I don't know. I mean, I think it is a very funny show, but I guess, and maybe this is wrong for me, but I did expect more of a payoff at the end.
Yeah.
And the way it ends, I'm like, okay, let's just undermine everything that happened, which there is comedy in that. And maybe I'll get it. But at that moment, I was a little bit like, all right, a little disoriented, which is what he does in his show.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I get it. It takes you down so many different rabbit holes of this whole theory conspiracy thing that he goes down. So to end like that, I guess is I'm assuming maybe there's going to be a second season.
There is a second season already announced. Yeah.
Okay, so well, thank God. But yeah, it will be curious to see where it's going and for how long. Like, I thought this was going to be a definitely one and done kind of series.
Me too.
So yeah, it was interesting, but I enjoy where it goes. Just the wacky, fucking nuts, nut. But just like it just gets nuts sometimes. Like, and the cliffhangers that they end on in some of the episodes are just outrageous.
I mean, maybe I'm the fool to think that this was actually going to be tied up in some neat way. Maybe I'm the idiot, so maybe I'll appreciate it later, but it's still a very funny experience throughout the whole thing.
It's still very Tim Robinson, but yeah. Well, cool. I'm enjoying it, I guess. It's not going to be like critical watching for me, but I do want to see where it goes, I guess.
You know what I do appreciate about this is that sometimes comedies are done haphazardly, like visually speaking, and so I feel like I don't know. I feel like comedy in such a way is people are starting to film it in a very beautiful way. You know what I mean? I feel like it used to be like very simple, flat lighting, mid shot.
Yeah.
But here it's like people are taking artistic choices to make something funny, and I appreciate that. They did this with this one. What's his name from The Rehearsal did his own show with Emma Stone.
Nathan Fielder,
like that. They did a show together that was also like that. I just appreciate comedies looking pretty. I'm going to be very quick about this, and then we can wrap the episode because I know I have a shit ton of stuff. I did watch Stranger Things, and basically I had a great time. That's it.
But that's it, Miguel. Come back.
That's it. I just said I had a good time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, thank you. Okay, sorry. I don't want to hear about it. No offense. I just I'm for me.
Are you going to watch it? Are you going to watch it? Because I feel like
I am. So I'm trying to avoid spoilers now because when it's all done, I'm going to do it. So I'm just like trying to skip through this season right now.
But like, do you
understand what I mean?
Like season 1 right now, watching?
Yeah, but it's like when I get around to doing the whole thing, like I don't want to like.
But the thing is like
into. So I'm trying.
You can get into it now because December and New Year's, it's going to be done. Like you could theoretically catch up and be.
I'm
with
not
going to
have
public.
time. I'm not. No, it's not. No, it's not going to happen. No,
okay.
I know me. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Well,
talk about it if you want to talk about it. I'm going to go.
I'm not going to say anything because I know Ed hasn't seen it either. And I don't care. Okay. Well, I'm just going to say. All I'm going to say is that like the season finale, so they had 4 episodes come out this time. In Christmas, there's going to be 3 more episodes, and then New Year's is going to be the final episodes, which you can go see in theaters. Okay, if he's not listening, then I mean, I had a good time. I felt like it took time for me to get a little bit. Okay, whatever. It's good.
Miguel,
it's classic. It's classic Stranger Things. You know, it's like
awesome.
What's going to happen next? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. I can't wait to.
I'll hop off if you want to keep talking about it. Like, I'll wait. I'm not trying to be rude.
I'll wait till later. We'll get to. Well, I'll talk about it. Maybe I'll pull someone and we can talk about the whole series as a whole at the end.
That could be like a week Ed's off. You know.
Well, I have to get like a special guest. If you want to talk Stranger Things, let me know. We'll do a special Stranger Things episode. Okay, and then I'm also watching Welcome to Derry, the It TV show. And surprisingly, I'm liking it. It's really great. There's a lot of creative like moments in it, and I prefer it than the movies. So there's that. It's actually really fun. I Love LA is another show that's on HBO. I'm just getting an HBO kick from Chair Company, Derry. I Love LA. That's the Rachel Sennett show. And as somebody who lives in LA, this show is fucking hilarious. So I'm having a great time with that one. Finally, I'll just end with this one is Pluribus. I'm still watching it, and man, that is like my HBO Sunday show where I'm like, oh yeah, it's Thursday. I'm ready to see a new episode of Pluribus, and I just this is like fucking. I love Vince Gilligan. It's such great storytelling. This is like the one I look forward to. So I
Does
love
Sarah
it.
watch
And
that with you?
what's that? Yeah, she does.
Is she enjoying?
That's like she is. Yeah, she is enjoying it.
So okay, Sarah, one of my long ambitions ever since Sarah and I have been together is getting her to watch Breaking Bad. She's never seen it, but that is quite the plunge. And we have done like a couple of series together, but like that is a 5-6 season plunge.
This could be your gateway drug.
Yeah. So I was wondering, like, would this be like a precursor to Breaking Bad, maybe?
Because you shouldn't have to dip.
No, I know. I agree. But
you shouldn't have to dip your toes into getting to Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is amazing.
I agree, Miguel. It's going to be one of those things where, but it's been around for so long, like, and everybody always talks about it, but it is a lot of seasons, and like I know I'm going to get frustrated if she doesn't want to consistently.
Well, that's what happened with me in Better Call Saul. It's like we were watching Better Call Saul, and then we kind of like, I think maybe because we moved and slowed down, but I was like, fuck, I want to watch this.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I want to fucking continue the story. But so I get it. Yeah.
That's like, I'm looking for that golden opportunity, like maybe when the kids have moved out of the house. I don't know. Not really.
You know what though? But there's a time limit on Breaking Bad. I do feel like there's going to be like 20 years later you'll be able to do it, but I feel like there's going to be a moment where it's like you've missed your window and it's not going to hit the same way, because there's seasons of Breaking Bad where they're still using flip phones for like 3 seasons.
Yeah.
And the entire time you're going to be like, who uses a flip phone?
Well, like me and Sarah, all people know that, but it's just like we did Mad Men a way back, and I told you we watched all of that, and that was fine. But Breaking Bad is a different beast, and I know like Breaking Bad. Hey, Mad Men is not Breaking Bad. Shut up.
Mad Men is great.
Yes, but it's not Breaking Bad.
Wait, but did you ever finish Mad Men? Remember when you were watching it?
Yeah.
You finished though. You went through those seasons?
Yeah. Okay. But it's not Breaking Bad.
You guys finished Better Call Saul too, right?
No. I have not yet. I haven't watched that last season.
See, that's the thing. It's like, it's such a, if you're a Breaking Bad fan, I feel like Better Call Saul is like
better.
I don't know. Also equally, like it should be.
Yeah.
You don't agree?
I hate prequels. I try not to get into prequels. That's my whole thing.
Okay. But the thing is, it's like outside of that, it's like, I think the thing is like you have a really good creator at the helm, and you're just there for a story that someone is giving you. Like, you're not even going to give that a chance. I'm asking. Yeah.
It's more so just like I really hate when the idea is like, let's expand on this world, because it's like I've already gotten my fill of what I'm getting,
like the story.
And it's like when they're talking about Wicked, Universal is like, we're going to build upon Wicked, we're going to make more movies in this universe, and it's like, I don't want that. Like, I saw,
but even if it's like a really good artist who's doing it.
No, same with Star Wars. You know what I mean? Like, I can't get into Star Wars because it's like every time you fucking turn around, they're expanding the lore.
But it's not about. Like, I guess it's not about the IP. It's more about the create. Like, it's more about the artist. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, forget the IP. Forget about the story. I'm saying, like, anytime an artist shows up to be like, I'm giving you something.
Like, for instance, if James Cameron came around and said, here's a different Avatar story, not surrounding Jake Sully, would you be into that?
Well, no, because the idea is that 4 and 5 is they're going to split off and they're going to start following the kids, but it's like the kids have been like built into the Jake Sully story, so that I understand. With the exception of like Game of Thrones with the House of Dragon, it's like, okay, I'm into this because
not
it's
a
like
good example though.
Well, but no. But I'm understanding more so saying like I'm into this world already, but I don't necessarily want to keep watching Game of Thrones spinoffs,
right?
Either. Like, I just, there's something about spinoffs that I'm just like, I'm not here for that. That's not what I'm here for.
100% agree with that. I think what Luis is saying, I mean, and it seems like strictly, because they also, Netflix did that El Camino movie as well.
Didn't see that.
I didn't see that either, because it didn't seem like it was critical to the story that we had already accomplished. Better Call Saul felt like a rare exception to that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, like, speaking about like El Camino, the actors look different, and then it's not to like body shame or whatever, but it's like you're trying to tell me. No, I'm trying to be serious. You're trying to tell me right now that all this is happening in the exact same moment that this other story was happening. But here I am, like, bouncing back and forth, and I'm like, you look fucking 10 years older. This does not look believable. Like, I can't just like suspend disbelief sometimes. I'm kind of like bad about that. And so, yeah, the moment that they're like, we're doing a spin-off of this thing, and it's like, all you're doing is prolonging this thing for 10 more years, and it's like, it's already over. Like, I don't need more of it. So, fuck, sorry, my bad. Yeah, here you go. Well, clip this one, and then everyone can beat me up on TikTok about that shit too. Sorry, y'all. I'm not trying to be an asshole.
That's the episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. Next week is thanks. No, it's more Christmas stuff. Tune in next week. Until then, it's been me, Luis Gonzalez, and with me's been
Ed Bull.
Fucking Miguel Sanchez. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Fucking just turn this shit off. I don't give a shit anymore.
And Ed Ball. And until next time, I bid you adieu.
Oh, oui.
Madame Horrible.